Hi there, welcome back to my channel. As I said in my previous video, I'll be giving you a brief introduction about the Git and GitHub. So in this video, I'll be just giving introduction and what are the basic commands and what is the basic difference between Git and GitHub and how to utilize it. So you can have a hands-on this Git and GitHub, just basic commands. So Git is a popular version control system, as in DevOps, the very first thing that is a version control system that we are going to maintain. So it was created by Linus Torvalds in 2005 and has been maintained by Junior Amano since then. So we use for this Git for one of the most important thing. It is for local machine locally. We are going to maintain this versioning control, and we can track the code changes, and we can track who made the changes, and we can also have a collaboration between the different developing teams or developers we can have, and we can also manage the project with repositories. We can clone a project to work on a local copy. We can fork it from the server to the local, and we can also control and track changes with the tagging and committing we can create different branches based upon different features that you want to add it to the project. So individuals can work on certain feature, then you can merge into the main or the master branch. Then we can also have a pull latest version of the project. We can also have a push to the main project, and it can be a GitHub, that is a remote repository we can have, and distributed repository. So that is a basic about the Git. Now GitHub, it is not same as Git is not same as GitHub. GitHub makes tools that use Git. So GitHub is the largest host of source code in the world that has been owned by Microsoft from 2018 and is a biggest host of source code, and we are utilizing it. And I will show you what is the basic difference between Git and GitHub. So we'll be working on the hands-on. So before we start the hands-on, make it sure you have the Visual Studio Code installed in your system, as well as Git for Windows, as well as you have a GitHub account online created with you. So these are the three prerequisites for this lab. So I'll be showing you the basic Git commands and how to create a ASP.NET Core application. And then we will follow the Git commands on it. So let's move on to the lab. So I've already installed those Git for Windows and all those things. So I'm directly going to the command prompt. Make sure you run it as administrator. So I will just change my directory to the C drive, and then we need to create a working folder or working directory in which I'll be creating my project. So I'm using mkdir. These are the basic commands, my Git app. Then I will just change the directory to my Git app. Then the very first command, that is a git init command, that is help you to initialize the Git version control on that particular repository. So you can see initialize empty Git repository in the C drive, my Git app.git. Now, in order to configure like who is the person or who is the username or who is responsible for these changes, we can have this global variable that is user dot name. We can define the name over here. I'm putting my name. And then you can also define the email ID. It's not required, just name is enough. But to show you like how we can define this global variables, global user dot email. Then we have over here, let's say as@gmail.com. Okay, that's it. Now we will create a core MVC project. So I'm just writing over here .NET new MVC. Okay. It has been created. So I'll just give one build command. Missing P over here. Okay, that is build has been succeeded. Let's say in .NET, I'll just run the application and I will show you .NET run. So it will show you the port number at which my application is running. You can see over here, localhost. Copy this one. That's it. So you can see my GitHub building apps. This is the ASP.NET Core project that I have created. Now, the next command. So let me stop this project. Let's stop this project from running using Control C. Okay. Now, the very first thing that I need to check which branch it is. Git branch -list. It will list you the branches. Okay, I forgot to put one more hyphen over here. So you can see over here, there is no branch is being shown. Let's open the Visual Studio Code, run it as administrator. So we will open the project, open the folder. That is our My Git app. Now you can see that is showing you the source control. There is pending commits are there. So let me commit this one. Yes. Then we can, you can see over here it's showing you the master. These are the folders. We can go back and we can check over here. We can put some message. I didn't put any message, but it's still committing. Final, cannot edit. We can just type it over here, git status. We can get the status over here. You can see over here. These are the new files. So on branch master, no commits yet. So we will just add it over here. Git add dot and write it over here. Git commit -m, the message that we want to type. First commit. That's it. Then we can check again, git status. So nothing is there. Git, and we can mention over here. branch hyphen list. So first we need to add it. It puts the files in the staging area. Then we do the commit, and you can see now it is showing with the master branch over here. So once you run the project, you need to add those files to the staging area. So basically here you can see get status on branch master. It was not showing anything over here because once I do no commit yet, it is mentioned over here. So we added to this after doing this command git add dot means all the files. It added to the staging area. Then we put the commit over here, git commit -m first commit. So you can see over here the branch is there. Now next what we are going to do, we are going to create another branch over here. So we will write it over here git. So in order to add a new feature, so we are going to add over here git branch feature. Let's say hyphen DevOps hyphen page. So this is a branch I'm going to create. So there is again 2 hyphens will be there. I think some spelling mistakes are there. FEATURE feature. Let's keep it like DevOps page. I'll just keep it like DevOps. I think I'm making some mistake over here. Git branch. Okay, there is no space. Hyphen DevOps. Yeah, that's it. There is no space over there. So git branch. Now if I write it over here, git branch hyphen list. So it will show you 2 branches, but currently the active one is the master branch, that is in the green color, and the star and a star icon is also there. So we need to switch it to the another branch. So we need to write it over here. Checkout feature hyphen DevOps. Git checkout feature hyphen DevOps. Now you can see over there, switch to branch feature DevOps. Now we can also use the command Git branch list. You can see the feature DevOps is being highlighted and it's in green color. Now we will go back to our this file over here in the Visual Studio Code. So we will go to the views, home, and in the index page, I'll just make few changes over here, building web pages. Let's say here, I'm just adding some content over here. Just cloud check. Okay, I will save it. If I go back to my command prompt, I'm just mention over here, get status over here. So you can see that is a big file being modified. Then I will use add. Then I will use the commit command. You can use the arrow keys in order to get your command. So I will just write it down over here. Change home page. So I have changed the home page. That's it. Now, if you check again the Git status, so you can see there is nothing to be commit. Then I will write it over here, Git. So we will go back to our master branch. In some of the books, it is mentioned as main, but it works with master. Git checkout, master. So you can see switch to master branch. You can just use the command in order to confirm it. Git branch list. So now we are pointing towards the master branch. Now we can also use the git merge feature, the DevOps one. So we are going to merge with the master branch, this feature. So you can see there is one file change, one insertion, and one deletion is there. So those are the things that has happened in that particular. Okay, there is one insertion and one deletion that is in the views home. And you can see this auto-generated updating this key is being generated over here. So now you can, we already have merged the feature from our feature branch to the master branch. Now the work is finished, so we can just delete our feature branch. That if you don't want to work more on that, we can just write git branch hyphen delete feature DevOps. So it will delete that existing branch, that branch that we have created. So you can see deleted branch feature DevOps. So you can see the list. Now you can see there is only one master is there. So if the developers, those are working in a team, different features they're adding, so they can later on merge into the master one after finishing, and then later on when once the work is finished, then we can delete those feature branches also in order to avoid any confusions. Now, if you want to check the log, what were the changes being made, git log -v. So you can see there was being commit made by this author. You can see that the global user that we defined. So it is coming over there, my name and the email ID, and what was the date and time when it was being done. And this is the head that we are going to, we can utilize it. Like if you want to roll back your changes and all, you can utilize this. One thing we didn't check over here, our changes, whether it's reflected or not. So we can just simply run over here, .NET build. And I will come back to that one. Let's see one more command over here, git log -p. So it is showing you when was the first commit being done. All the details are being given over here. So you can go through this. Control C, and you can just press. So it is showing you the log of files and all. So you can see over here, once you use the log P, again, I will show you the command over here. So we can mention over here git log -p. So you can see it is showing you like what controllers and all were getting affected. Learn about this. You can see we made changes over here to this line over here. It's giving a detailed description. In order to get out of this, you can just press Q and it will quit from that particular screen. Now, in order to check whether really the changes were being made, so we will just run this one, .NET build. Then we can run this .NET run. So we can just go back to that particular application. So just refresh this one. So you can see the changes has been added to the project. Now we will do over here Control C in order to quit this one, stop this one. Okay. Now this is all about we are doing in the Git in the local machine. We run this how to add to the commit and all those things we are doing in the locally. Now I want to push this to the GitHub. So for that we need to create a repository. But before looking into that, so I'll just show you one more thing. When I do this log V, so if I choose this option over here, this commit head, currently the master is on, so we can utilize this one in order to go back. So that is a git reset and hard. We can put that key in order to go back to that that particular change when it was being done. That's like a rollback. So that is just a git reset we have to use. I'm not showing you over here, just you need to mention over here git reset -hard space, then you need to mention this particular key that is auto generated, so that it will get rolled back to that particular time. So whatever the changes were been there, it will go back to that particular the same state it will go. So that's how we can use this particular git reset option. Now I will just go to my GitHub and I will create one repository. Make it sure you create a public repository over here. So I'm just making a sample Git, and description. If you want to add, you can add it. Make it sure it is public and create the repository. Once you have created a repository, you can just copy the URL. You can copy from here, no worries, no need to copy the whole thing. Then you can go back to the command prompt over here. Now the thing is that we need to add over here origin, like that is a remote origin, that is our GitHub in which we are going to push our code. So I need to add over here git remote add origin. Here I'll be pasting the URL sample git and press enter. This is just one time we need to add, no need of adding it again and again. Next time, whenever you make some code changes local in the local machine and you want to push it to the global, that is a GitHub. So that time we will not be adding this command again. We will just simply write it over here, git push -u origin master. That's it we need to add. So basically it keeps the origin as a variable for itself, and later on we can use it directly, no need of defining it again and again. So git push -u origin master. It may ask you about the authorization if you're doing it for the first time, but on my machine I have already given the authorization, so maybe you might be getting extra pop-up that authorize to GitHub in order to push the code to the GitHub. So you might get over here authorization page from the GitHub. So now let's check our GitHub repository over here. So that is a sample Git. So you can see the data has been added. I forgot this message is changed home page, first commit. So these are the changes being made. You can go to the views and you can see over here, it was welcome, you changed to welcome, just cloud tech, and you can just write some comment and all those things. We can utilize it. This is how we can utilize the Git and GitHub. I hope my example was very simple, clear. So if you have any doubts, you can just post it in the comment section. So I'll give you answers if you have any difficulties, but make it sure you have this prerequisites done and Visual Studio, your even your this Git for Windows and GitHub account is ready. Now, even over here, if you press Control and the P, you can see over here, you can write some few commands from the terminal also. Just you need to press Control P. So you can just write it over here. So you can have your Git commands over here. So we can just cancel this one. You can see over here, these are the changes are being there. We can commit from here. Even you can see your masters and all those things from here, master branch and all. So you can see over here, the messages are coming over here. Even we can get the terminal over here, new terminal, and you can pass on your commands over here. You can see, no need of opening that one. Command prompt, you can directly write it over here, the commands over here. And you can have the debug console output. If any problems are there, you can check it. Its Visual Studio Code is quite handy, but you can directly use it over here also. And you can see your branches over here. And if you want certain files, like suppose this file, and you want to, I think it is a Control P or something, Git. We can add it over here, the Git commands over here on the top. But you need to make it sure also one more thing, like your when you install, when you run the project, you will find out that it will tell you that C# dependencies are not being installed. So make it sure you install that one. Then only this you can make the modifications and all. Just a plugin is there. You need to add on to this. So it will automatically prompt you to add it. So nothing to worry. If you have any difficulties, just let me know. So I hope this was clear to you. And I have used very few basic commands that we can utilize in this GitHub and Git. So that's all from my side. I hope you like my video. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.